My name is Deepa Kesa. I am a journalist. I've been a journalist for 6 years, but now I'm pursuing my master's degree in journalism in the United States.
That's great. How, being a woman journalist in such a young age, and that too in Africa, how was your experience in reporting?
It was really tough, especially because I felt like undergrad doesn't fully prepare you for those situations. They give you 2 to 3 weeks to come up with story ideas, and then they give you another week to edit things, and it's over a period of time, whereas in the hard news industry, everything happens multiple times a day in a very short period of time, and you're put out in very scary situations like protests, where you usually get like bigger guys with all their cameras and tripods being able to push through the crowds. And when you're a female in that situation, people tend to see you more of a pushover. They don't really move out of the way for you if you ask them to move. They're not as eager to move out of the way because you are a female and you're not as big as the other guys. But how I always stood out is by my work. At the end of the day, whoever produces the best work wins, and that has nothing to do with your size or if you're able to push through certain protest situations. It's all got to do with, I guess, your skill and knowing how to get specific shots and when to take those specific shots. So it was tough, but it was nothing that I thought I could never handle.
Okay. How did you manage to do your field reporting during COVID lockdown situation?
Oh, lockdown was a weird situation for everyone in South Africa. No one was allowed to leave the house besides essential employees, and I fell under essential employees. So at that time, we didn't know much about COVID-19, which made it even scarier. I would leave every morning with a change of clothing, go and cover COVID wards. I would get into my scrubs and tie up my hair and make sure everything is as closed as possible, and I would keep an extra pair of clothing in my car. We can always do it in post-production. They can go, it's fine. We'll just take it out in post-production.
Don't say that again, I fucked it up.
Not just. I was saying, I always had a change of clothing in my car. So before I even went upstairs, I used to change into those other clothes and directly go into the shower and wash my hair and do all of those things. But it was a very scary time because we didn't know much about the virus, and that's what scared me and my family the most. Putting myself in those situations, but I also told myself and reminded myself that not many people get to see that side of things, especially during that time. Now it's common to see inside a testing station or film at a testing station, but at that time everything was very new, and I knew that I was the person who had to get those stories across and show people the actual visuals. So that's what kept me going. But it was tough. Everyone's life slowed down during that time, where mine quadrupled in speed.